Hello, hello, I'm Bella, and welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. We're gonna start with the 2.5 quest, part 1, Before the Fall. Yes. Alright, so let's head on in. Aha! Did we talk to Rio? Okay, he's over there. I don't remember. Rio, what do you have to say? A lot of new faces have come in from all over to join the Crystal Braves. We're glad for the help, of course, but it's still a right pain in the ass trying them up. Yeah, everything else is the same, it seems. Okay. Good intentions. Nymphilia is considering which of her many responsibilities demands her utmost attention. I am most eager to address that Ascian threat. However, we dare not neglect our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that Saint Shiva will not be the last primal we face, and our relationship with Ishgard is still tenuous at best. To think that the resolution of the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, some days I wonder if it was wise for us to take on so many other responsibilities. Lest you forget, Antecedent, the Scions need not shoulder the burden alone. Were not the Crystal Braves established for this very reason? True, we are presented with a multitude of problems. However, we have all the resources we need to address them in turn. Bella, in particular, is ever a steadying hand, who I trust will continue to support the Braves. I'll support anything with you. To what do we owe the pleasure? Have there been further developments regarding the situation in Ul'dah? As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of their highest-ranking officers was a Garlean agent. Suffice it to say, Teleji Adeleji and his monitorous ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn the situation to their advantage. Coupled with ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard-pressed. Plainly, General Rauban needs our help, and I will direct the Crystal Braves to offer what support they can. If I am to stay abreast of the latest developments and issue effective orders, however, I cannot afford to waste time traveling back and forth. And so, for the foreseeable future, I think it would be best if I were to remain in Ul'dah, unless you have an objection. None whatsoever. We have matters here well in hand. Moonbreeda's research is proceeding as planned. So she tells me, though I am not familiar with the details. Urianger is poring over his tomes at the Waking Sands, and the others are contributing in their own ways. Alas, the key problem, how to form an ethereal blade at will, remains unsolved. Nevertheless, it is only a matter of time. Bella, while we focus on that task, mayhap you could assist Alphino and his braves with theirs? It would do much to restore faith in the Immortal Flames if the Warrior of Light was seen working on their behalf. Never forget that your esteemed status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound to organizations and nations cannot. As ever, I implore you to do so. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. Now then, there are preparations I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Royal's latest report. He has proven to be quite skilled at gathering information others wish kept secret, hence why I placed him under my direct command and ordered him to investigate the Ul'dah riots. When you are finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a favor to ask. If there are any developments on our front, I shall inform you at once in the usual fashion. While we focus on resolving the Asian threat, pray devote your energies to assisting Alpha now and the Crystal Braves. Will do. Speak with real. Tataru! Hello, Bella. Are you sleeping well? You must be absolutely exhausted from saving the realm on a daily basis. Ever since Moonbrita arrived, the Rising Stones has been buzzing with excited energy. I must admit, her enthusiasm is rather contagious. I am unfamiliar with the dishes of the lands to the north. Perhaps once Moonbrita has concluded her current research, she might deign to share with me her culinary knowledge. Is she culinarian? Moonbrita has charged us with acquiring such rather esoteric manuscripts, but I'm afraid the task is proving to be nigh impossible. When the City of Learning was abandoned, a great many tomes were scattered and lost. How smoothly our research might proceed were we able to peruse the archives of yesteryear. You doing okay, Thancred? When one is in need of precious commodities, it helps to have friends in the right places. Fortunately, I am well acquainted with the charming daughter of a successful Oldan import merchant. Of course you are. We need a rare ore to modify the white ore site, and Thancred solved the problem using only his link pearl. I mean, it's great and everything, but where's the fun in that? We were but stripling adventurers the night we saw fire rain from the sky, and a pillar of light scorch the heavens. What a sight that was, eh, Colonet? Hori and I were in eastern Thunland when the colossal shards of Dalamud pierced the ground. We stood witness to the subsequent explosion of Aether, and watched dumbfounded as the swirling energy solidified into those twisting crystal structures that we now know so well. These two have been telling me stories about the corrupted crystal formations that appeared following the calamity. I'll need more data before I can draw a conclusion, but I'm intrigued by the potential of their untapped energies. She's in her steadiest mode. Is everything in order, Bella? Are you ready to attend us? Yes. Pleasure as always, Bella. You'll be escorting the commander to Ulda, I take it? Actually, I had another task in mind for her. If you would be so kind as to repeat your report for her benefit? Right then. Me and mine have been making inquiries into the source of the weapons what found their way into refugee hands a ways back. So happens we caught wind of something promising, a rather large purchase of sharp and pointy things by a black marketeer holed up near Highbridge. I doubt that this man would have secured such a quantity of weapons if he did not already have clients waiting, clients that, for whatever reason, would prefer for this transaction to remain secret. Brings to mind that merchant what caught an arrow while talking to Bella, don't it? Generous fellow he was, doling out swords and spears to downtrodden and disgruntled. Which isn't to say that these clients have the same mischief in mind, but if you want to be sure, might be prudent to intervene before they collect their goods, savvy? Seizing the weapons before they fall into the wrong hands would be for the best. However, if we strike at the appointed hour, we might capture the black marketeer as well as his clients. What say you, Bella? Then it is settled. Rendezvous with Captain Ilbert at Highbridge, and intervene when the exchange takes place. Now then, if you would excuse me, I must leave for Ulda. I expect good tidings. Anything else to say? Don't keep Captain Ilbert waiting for you too long, lass. He might have to start without ye. I'm on my way. Alright, High Bridge. To Camp Drybone. Oh my god. Oh my god. I love his top. There's a little Moogle. I'm trying to see it. Hi. Oh my god. It's a little... It's a Moogle with a backwards cap. And a chick. Trying to be rappers. Cute. Cute. I love his style. I love the purple. Nice. Ah, Bella. My scouts have been keeping a close eye on the Black Marketeer, and it would seem that his guests have arrived. It would also seem that he has hired more than a few men to stand guard. Common thugs of no consequence, but they nevertheless pose a threat. Even so, I feel compelled to apologize. This is far beneath a woman of your standing, and Commander Lavieux needn't have dispatched you hither. But powerful men ever have need of loyal, able-bodied friends. Having found one in you, 'tis only natural that he would come to rely upon you without hesitation. Indeed. I am his adopted mother, good sir. He can trust me with his life. Bait and switch. Ilbert is eager to bring the Black Marketeer and his clients to justice. Now then, we should make for the burning wall without delay and secure those weapons. The first unit will ensure that the clients do not escape. With me, Bella. I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that salute. I don't think I can. Still can't get over this place. I spy the one man, but there are sure to be others. I have a plan. While you approach the sentry and create a distraction, my men and I will slip past and catch the Black Marketeer unawares. Once you've disposed of the thugs, wait for us outside the tunnel entrance. Any questions? Then let us be off. Good luck, my friend. Down below. A hired thug. Who goes there? An adventurer? Damn fool. You should have never come here. Kills all of y'all. Any more, y'all? No? Okay. Heading into a cave. This creeps me out. Why? Why are there like cobwebs? Alright, where am I going? I'm gonna jump down here. I don't understand. What's this all about? Gah! Oh no. Am I too late? What happened? As you can see, this is a fine mess. When I tried to restrain him, he drew a hidden blade and lashed out, but before I could disarm him, one of my subordinates panicked, and this is the result. How foolish of me to underestimate the bastard, and to bring in an inexperienced recruit. Commander Levieux will be most disappointed. Damn it all, a golden opportunity wasted. As for the clients, though we know not how they slipped past our perimeter, at present, the first is currently tracking a party of dusk-white sellswords we suspect may be them. Would that we could have enlisted the aid of the Immortal Flames, or the Brass Blades. Alas, we're here to aid them. They're in no position to aid us. Well, at the very least, we have secured the weapons, yet even that accomplishment is lacking, for the information we received indicated a massive shipment, and this is anything but. My instincts are ringing. Something doesn't feel right. That goes out that way. Best laid schemes. Ilbert would like nothing more than to have this incident forgotten. Of course. I will join the first in their hunt for the Duskwhite sellswords. If the gods are good, we will catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. In the meantime, I ask that you deliver these weapons to Ulda in my stead. Entrust them to the third's, Yu Hase. He will take care of the rest. Pray take the Black Marketeer's weapons in that crate and deliver them to Ulda. Seek out Yu Hase of the 3rd Unit on the steps of Thal and deliver the crate into his care. You say anything else? Okay. Off to Ulda. Where is he? Over here. Where's the closest to that? Probably... Okay. I think I know where to go. Okay, over here. Where's the closest? Here. This way. See this way? Oh, there's Wilred. Did you hear, my friend? I've received my first official assignment as a full-fledged member of the Crystal Braves. Get. Why, Bella, this is a surprise. Rush wished for me to thank you for helping us to rescue her from Castrum Sentry. How fortunate that we could meet again so soon. Ah, the Warrior of Light, ever-reliable friend to the Crystal Braves. You have my deepest thanks for your assistance in Kurthis. Now, what brings you to us this day? Confiscated crate, a wooden box filled with contraband. A gift of weapons from a certain black marketeer, courtesy of Captain Ilbert, you say? Understood. Once we've cataloged the contents, I'll have them delivered to the Hall of Flames. This cannot be everything, can it? Riel stated that with confidence that there would be a far greater quantity of weapons. A blatant falsehood. Clearly, Riel is unfamiliar with the ways of Uldan merchants, whoever strive to present themselves as greater than they are. We should be thankful that his information was not completely erroneous, and that we managed to achieve anything of worth at all. It's still something worth celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? Besides, we've got more important things to worry about, like fighting those Garleans up north. There'll be no fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our orders are to stand watch, not to seek glory in battle. If you have no further need of us, then I shall take my unit to the cerulean processing plant. Time for the Fourth to earn their keep, eh? Fight well, Aliane, for the freedom of all. Excellent work as always, my friend. Rest assured that the Immortal Flames will hear of your contribution. Until we meet again. Bella, a word if you please. Yeah? Not here. Look for me at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. No need for whistling this time. Don't you worry. Avenue Exchange, this way. Thanks for indulging me request. Few places better than a market for privacy, I find. All the hustle and bustle of commerce means most conversations go unnoticed. I'll get to the point. At the Burning Wall, when you and the captain interrupted the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything. Leave no detail out. That's not quite how the first told it. These Duskwights they were chasing. Latest word is that we lost the trail. But you never saw him yourself. Not before the fighting started, and not after. Something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in me bones. I'm not daft enough to be misled by some merchant's drunken boasts. Our information was reliable, goddammit. I know he purchased those weapons. As if I've never deciphered a money lenderer's books, or had to follow a transaction back to its source. Did plenty of that back when the Braves were getting started, believe me. The commander wanted assurances that we weren't taking gil from the wrong sort of benefactors. Of course, these days the money flows like water, and the first and third get the shiniest new toys. Forgive me, friend. I have a lot on me mind these days, and I appreciate you lending an ear. Right then, best get back to it.
Bella, can you hear me? This is Tataru. Your presence is urgently requested at the Rising Stones. Please come and see me as soon as you are able. Hi, Green Crab. Alright, back to the Rising Stones.
Do you play this game at all? Or just Guild Wars? This way. Alright, they're the same. Everything else is the same. Oh, Moonbreed missing. She must be off exploring. Doing experiments.
Thank you for coming so quickly, Bella. We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. A most, determined lady by all indications.
A rising chorus. Uh-oh. Shitaro seems eager to escort you to the Solar.
I guess it's with the antecedent in the Solar at present. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, shall we?
We shall. Played a small amount of this in the past, but don't think I got past level 30 before you moved on. Can't stay one game for too long. That's why I play 3 games, to keep myself interested. I get bored, same as you, if I stay in one game, especially a long game for a very long time. So I have to have my attention split between 3 games. Keeps it more interesting. Absence makes the heart go fonder. Membrita! Uriange! What have you two been up to? In your secret hideaway at the Waking Sands? Kissing in the shadows? Good of you to join us. We have much to discuss.
This is no time for idle chatter.
But I want all the gossip between you guys. What's the gossip? At this point, it would be more unnerving if you spoke plainly. Unexpected tidings from the north, borne by the Lord Commander II. What manner of wind bloweth this day? Oh, what you're talking about is the way he talks. Yes, it would be weird if he started talking normally. He speaks poetics.
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. I believe the 2 of you have met.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm. Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
Poetics.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the Dragonstar is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald. Only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Gallian fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Uriange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragonstar portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
But the spirit lives on.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgardsormr had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgardsormr.
It's through telepathy.
Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept?
Task from Husbando? Yes. Of course.
We knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
To prepare for what, pray tell?
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
A dragon war is among us. Forgive me if I state aught which you already know, but I would ensure that you understand the nature of your destination. As Urianger stated, what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of the Agrias, former flagship of the Imperial fleet, and the corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction. 15 years ago, as the next step in his campaign to subjugate Eorzea, Gaius van Balsar attempted to seize control of Mardona. So massive was his force that all thought his victory a foregone conclusion. But an unlikely ally came to Eorzea's aid that day. Midgardsormr, legendary guardian of Silvertear Falls, burst forth from beneath the waters of the lake and led a host of dragons against the Garlean airships overhead. In what would later become known as the Battle of Silvertear Skies, the Great Worm felled countless airships before engaging the Agrias. In the ensuing struggle, the flagship's ceruleum engines failed, and it tumbled into the lake below. Yet this victory came at a great cost, for the explosion which followed claimed the life of the Great Worm as well. That same explosion transformed Silvertear Falls into the desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its waters and crystallizing aether for moms around. Yet the remnant of the lake remains, and at its center a constant reminder of that fateful day long ago. In accordance with Sir Emmeric's wishes, our Doman allies have been standing watch over the Keeper of the Lake. It would be wise to speak with them before investigating the wreckage yourself. Be careful, my friend. We know not what dangers await you within. Now then, let us not neglect our own tasks. There is much to be done, and precious little time to do it. You're jumping between 4 games at the moment: Guild Wars, Marvel Rivals, Stellaris, and State of Decay. I haven't heard those last 3. I'm not really up to date with like latest games. There are so many older games that I still want to play. I'm just, like I said, my playstyle is very slow, but that's why I appreciate it. I'm in no rush to play. Taking my time. Midgardsormr was once worshipped as the guardian deity of Silvertear Falls, yet there he has lain for 15 years. 15 years. Before I depart, I must needs speak with the antecedent in private, if you would be so kind. Of course. Tara's there. Okay, always have to check. Oh, she's back here. You say anything different? I'm pushing ahead with my research as quickly as I dare, and next time you face an Ascian, I would have you fight with the proper weapon in hand. Good to know. Speak with the German watch. There's the big guy. Aha. Ah, look. So pretty. So pretty. Taya must be nearby. You're in luck, miss. I was about to send word to Revenant's Toll about the Galleons. Of late, I've seen small airships, likely from Castrum Sentry, come and go from the Keeper of the Lake, though I cannot say for certain at this distance. I believe they may be salvaging something from within the wreckage. The Castrum supply lines have been cut for some time, and I'd wager they're desperately in need for spare parts and other equipment. So it's true then. The Ishgardians honestly fear that the worm might rise again? Well, from here, that seems rather unlikely. But if it's assurances they want, you've no choice but to inspect the corpse in its entirety. Easier said than done, given the creatures which inhabit the wreckage, and the aforementioned Garleans who won't take kindly to your presence. They're sure to fire upon an airship, so I'd advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades to the base of the Agrias, then climb to the top. That's the one viable approach, I'd say. Alright. I think this is just a 4-man dungeon, so I'm gonna take the NPCs for this one, but I believe there's a trial later on. So Ty can help with that one. Do you have anything else to say? The boat is yours for the taking, though I wouldn't make the journey without a few friends at my side, as those Garleans won't hesitate to attack you. Alright. And then, let's read. Keeper of the Lake. 15 years ago, in the skies above Silver Tear Falls, the invading forces of the 14th Legion were set upon by a host of dragons. Leading the charge was Midgardsormr, legendary king of kings, who engaged the Garlean flagship, the Agrias, in battle. In the end, both Midgardsormr and his foe fell to the earth, and their tangled remnants stand as a memorial to that day. A ruined airship and the charred corpse of the Worm Lord who brought it low, forever devoid of life. Yay. Yeah. I'm a little slanted. Alright, zoom out. Look around. It's so high up. Oh wait, before I forget, let me eat something. Here we go. A boiled egg. A boiled chicken egg. I'll eat one. Yeah. The scaffolding seems sturdy enough. Does it? No, move. Move over here. But where's the... We're supposed to go for the tank. Just a bunch of wreckage. Alright, which way? Oh, there's treasure. Oh, it's one of these things! Oh, they're disgusting. Check the dialogue here. What will we find in here, I wonder? Nothing we cannot handle, surely. Yes, we will kill everything. Arrow blast. Oh no. What are we supposed to do with these? Alright, I'm just gonna follow you guys. Get out of the way of that. Stay out of the way. Still get you though. Oh, we got it. Okay. Good, good. Should I ask how they learned to use explosives like that? Thankfully, their aim was poor. Let me just look around. Ah, we're inside the Hulk here. Okay. Do I need to pick up anything? Yes. The identification key. Let me know if the volume is too loud. I kind of up the volume for dialogue purposes. one thing I don't want to lower the in-game music because I want it blasting in my ears, honestly. It's just too good. But sometimes the effects can get a little loud. It's just finding that right balance. Alright. You doing okay, Mr. Marauder? Wants to be on top of everything. Magitech gunship. I certainly wasn't expecting a gunship. Come up, May. You'll not want for sucker. It's got flames. Fire on all y'all. Great. Should I focus on the other guy? Or just on this one? Oh no! Oh no! I missed it. Oh good. Got it. Thought it would prove more of a challenge than that. Did I burn it down too quickly for your liking? No, it was just perfect. Okay. Continue on. On the dragon. I gotta worry about bombs. Another aerial assault. Just look at the colors. So pretty. Oh, there's the crystal tower. Aha! There's the big guy. There he is. No! I was trying to look around. Some dragons up here. Yeah.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet?
Not fear you. You are just a ghost. But you're cool. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. There's your dead husk. Look at you. Yeah. Which one I should focus on. No. Nah. Heal. Heal, please. They're coming over here. Oh. Nah.
Alright, we can do this. Good job. Okay, okay. Okay, they're here. Like so much concentration here. Where are you? We got it. Didn't even have to use limit break. Yay! Yay! Well done, guys. Well done. Good job. Look at this. Fancy. Hello, big buddy. I defeated you. I defeated your spirits.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve. Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star. My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn. Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. We do not forget. We do not forgive. 7 children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end.
Got the light on my side.
Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
Angry Piano Man. You lied! This hurts. No, not my crystals. Not my shiny crystals. Now I feel hollow.
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker. Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more.
Am I just an ordinary Mikote now? Oh, look at him, he's so cute.
The covenant binds me to thee.
Did you get reborn? It's a tiny little thing.
I shall watch, listen, and wait. Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp. I
Piano play is so good.
Find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth a beginning and an end.
I summon Mikasama. Yes. I will summon the little minion. Do I have him? Or just is he immediately in there? Gotta see. Can I use this? Okay, unable for my class. Bacon broth. That, sorry, I can't sell this, so I'm gonna discard this. Don't use potions. Alright, so I guess I will save this. Does it say which type of job? Oh wait, maybe it's for, maybe I could use it for Bard. Valentine's Day chocolate. I already bought what I needed, so I'm just gonna discard this last one. Save room. Okay, no, minion. Where is Mirgasoma? Aha! Father of Dragons, Keeper of the Lake, Bane of the 14th Legion. While it is difficult to believe that Yom Long Pup could be any of these things, he assures you his current form is only temporary while he awaits the reconstruction of a new corporal vessel. So he's immortal too? Summon. I think he perches on your shoulder, from what I remember.
I want a little dragon. He is cute. He's a cute little thing.
Are you gonna land? Land on my shoulder. Hi. Hi. No? Okay. I was beginning to fear the worst. Were those explosions I saw? Ah, but you shouldn't waste time talking with me. Alphino left a message stating that you were to return to the Rising Stones at once. He sounded awfully worried about you. Mayhap you should hurry back to Revenant's Toll.
I shall. My son is worried about me.
No. Do not attack me. Seems like everyone else is the same except for Lucia here. Have you spoken with Commander Levieux yet? He has been pacing again.
He's worried.
Rianche is here. Truth interpreted is truth transformed. Today's heroes may yet become tomorrow's gods, or something else. Welcome home, Bella. Alphinaud was worried sick about you. Why don't you go and set his mind at ease?
I'm fine. I'm fine, Alfie. I'll give you a hug. I'm doing good.
Praise the 12 that you are hale and whole. I came as soon as Miffley informed me of Sir Emmerich's request. You have completed your investigation of the Keeper of the Lake, I take it? Then I would hear your report. You conversed with Magar Sommer? I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it with considerable skepticism. Are we to understand that the Worm Lord did not perish, and has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? Less a resurrection, and more a rejuvenation for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Clearly, an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Emmerich immediately. However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Magar Sommer in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk. Lest we forget, men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For your own protection, and for the sake of our tenuous relations with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelation to Sir Emmerich's emissary, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now. Is there something you are not telling us, Bella? You seem different somehow. 'Tis almost as if you are missing something. Something important. The crystal's blessing. 12 for Fend. Magar Sommer stripped you of the blessing of light? Are you all right? How do you feel? I'm feeling okay. A little hollow, though. I see. It is a relief to hear that you are otherwise unharmed. It beggars belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Magar Sommer made mention of a covenant, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silver Tear Falls states that when the waters come into existence, so too did the Great Worm. Althaganemia, Brother Time and Sister Fate, decree that Magar Sommer ever watch over the source from which all water and magic was said to flow. I wonder, what if this was the covenant of which he spoke? It was not the gods with whom he treated, but Heidelin herself? Well, if he is watching over you as he claimed, mayhap you will have an opportunity to ask. Let us keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly. Art thou a pawn or master of thy fate? What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal? My actions have consequences, it is true. But I do it with the best intentions. Doesn't that matter?
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale. I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
I always have to check if people move. The Ishgardians have warred with the Dravanians for centuries, nay, nearly 1,000 years. In all that time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Yet regardless of how strong these magical wars may be, I nevertheless fear that the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. Though it was not Midgard who roared, a call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance, and pray that our fears are unfounded. Aether on Demand. Elfino has a message from Moonbrita for the Scions. Ere I forget, I believe Moonbrita has requested a gathering of the Scions. I assume there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I've completed my communications with the Crystal Braves. Would you be so kind as to inform Moonbrita that our Ishgardian visitor has departed? I must speak with the Crystal Braves, then I shall join you all forthwith. Okay. Oh wait, she's over here. All done with your talk of dragons? Wonderful, because Ascians are next on the menu. Let's head into the Solar, shall we? I've summoned everyone to Solar, but see Moonbrita has something exciting to share with us.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the Void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute! Why didn't we think of this before? White aurosite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white aurosite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
I won't forget Papa
Right,
Limo.
yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land. If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona. Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? Aye, I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't.
Cool stuff
So
there.
with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go.
I have to look that up. I have no idea what
inveigled means. We can't afford to beat
means.
about the bush. There's no telling when the Arsians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a Crystal Brave, you are yet a Scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangred and Papalymo shall accompany you. Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white orosite.
Thank you, Urianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go well, and be safe.
Though I have little doubt you will prevail against the Empire's forces, I shall pray for your success nonetheless. Our very future may depend upon Moonbreeder being free to pursue her experiments. We do seem to be running low on provisions. I believe an excursion to the marketplace is in order.
For a small organization, we certainly chew through a prodigious amount of foodstuffs. Perhaps I should put a lock on the larder door.
Is Luffy around? I see that the Scions are once more ready themselves for the road. I too must make preparations for an absence from the Rising Stones. It seems you have barely arrived before you must once more plunge into the fray. Duty is an unforgiving mistress, eh? Though the tasks we tackle are not like to be as realm-shaking, Colonist and I must also heed her call. Hori was most eager to join you on the front lines of battle, but as fate would have it, the antecedent had other plans for our talents.
Anyone else around here? Seems awfully empty.
Anyone else over here? Okay. It would seem that events have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Though I would wish it otherwise, I must ask that you head straight away to the processing plant. The Fourth have already deployed to the area and await the arrival of the Scions. Wilbert will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with Captain Ilbert at our headquarters in Ul'dah. I shall take command of our forces there with a lighter heart, knowing that you go to support the front lines. Your duties take you to Northern Thadland, do they not? We too must say our farewells to the Rising Stones for a time. Flamine travels to Ul'dah, and we shall serve as her escort.
At my daughter's behest, I go to contact certain old acquaintances in Gilded City. We are beset on all sides by civil unrest and imperial machinations, threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Many of my friends hold positions of power, you see, and it is my hope that they can be convinced to aid the Scions' cause. If past events have taught us anything, then we know that Eorzea must present an united front or we shall fall. Ah, how extraordinary that my little Ascilia is involved in such far-reaching affairs. I am proud that I might now stand at her side, not only as a mother, but also as a colleague. A colleague with influential connections, but I fear that Ul'dah has become a place of danger, even for one so familiar with her streets. Bah, woe betide the blackguard that so much as glares in your direction, milady. I shall be well protected, it seems.
Shall we be on our way then?
Safe travels.
Alright, so off to the cerulean processing plants. Over here. Over it. Commander Levieux sent word that you'd be coming. A veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I've learned a trick or two since that disaster with the Malsha. But returning to the task at hand. The Flames' reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Raban's Push. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing, getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. The Garleans could begin marching on us at any time. Pray speak with Lieutenant Edelstein that we might coordinate our counter-strategy. In the meantime, I will inform the others that you have arrived. No doubt it will be welcome tidings. Sergeant Stardust, my soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. With that we could sit a while and reminisce about old times, but I fear more pressing matters require our attention. The civilian draughtsmen, you see, have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look, and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices of Imperial design, no less. By my order, the Flames stationed here are conducting a thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. Though it troubles me that we were unable to apprehend the Imperial spy behind this, I have faith that our men will be able to neutralize the threat for now. In the meantime, our scouts bring troubling news on the latest movements of the Imperial army. I would once again ask for your aid. On the counteroffensive, Lieutenant Adelstein wishes to share a report with you concerning the Garlean's movements. We've been keeping a close eye on the Garlean garrison, and it would seem the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. According to the reconnaissance report that just came in, a squad seen leaving the castrum are too few in number to effectively take and hold our position. They will likely mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources. I have, of course, also shared this report with the Crystal Braves. They've decided to take to the field to meet this assault head-on. I have apprised your fellow scions of the situation, and am heartened to know that they will be joining the effort. Pray report to Lieutenant Aliane, and lend your much welcome strength to the counteroffensive. The Crystal Braves are preparing to meet the Garleans in the field. Speak with Lieutenant Aliane, and she will apprise you of your role in the coming battle. She over here. That's my friends.
Have you ever seen Moon swing her axe? Swipe, slice, cleave. There's really no stopping her.
Now that is an impressive piece of steel.
Isn't it a beauty? A lady merchant in Revenant's Toll simply gave it to me. Said she was investing in the future, or some such.
That is impressive. Look at that. Look at that axe. Be it a squad of soldiers, or some magic-tech monstrosity, I shall allow no foe to harm the lovely Moonbrita. Considering the weapon she wields, I don't believe the lady is in need of additional protection.
Right.
Right then. Time to see if all this training has paid off. Ralger, guide my blade.
Glad to have you with us, Bella. As I'm sure Lieutenant Adelstein has explained, the Garleans have deployed a small force from Castrum Meridianum.
Their main column assembles to the north near Dalamu's Talons, but we've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west. They wish you to rush forth and commit to battle with the main column, leaving the detached force free to raid the plant and pillage supplies. Not much of a strategy, but these are desperate men.
Captain Ilbert.
Greetings, Scion. I understand the commander bid you and your fellows come lend a hand to the Braves. With such mighty heroes at its disposal, the force should have little trouble contending with aught the Garleans might throw at them. But even you cannot be everywhere at once. The Third was getting restless holed up in Ul'dah, so I marched them out here to fill any holes in the plan's defenses, and add their numbers to your counterattack.
The reinforcements are welcome. We've enough soldiers now to divide our own forces and safely engage the enemy far beyond the walls.
Aye, 'twould be best to avoid staging a battle anywhere near this much ceruleum. Let's take this fight to the Garleans.
A wise course, indeed. I shudder to think of the consequences should any of these storage tanks be exposed to fire. If there is no objections, the Scions shall join the Fourth and give battle to this main column.
Go over the Third, then, Warrior of Light. Your job will be to intercept these squads, hiding out in the west, and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. When you're ready to proceed, report to Lieutenant Uyuhase. His scouts should have a rough idea of where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now.
Everyone's gone. Oh my god, Summer's on my shoulder. I just now noticed. He's so cute. A pleasure to be fighting at your side once more, Scion. Our operations invariably succeeded succeed when you're around, and victories are wont to pave the road to greater coin. Now, this detached force we've been sent to eliminate has split into smaller squads, the better to conceal themselves within the terrain hereabouts. I imagine we'll need to split ourselves up as well to cover more ground, and make sure we root out all of these would-be raiders. And seeing as you're an army unto yourself, I've assigned you your own areas to scour clean of enemy soldiers. Aye, this will be a simple search and destroy. We'll rendezvous back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, Scion. Over here. Huh. Let me just come out a little bit. Oh, I'm stunned. No! Okay. That's the first one. Over here. Thing here. Alright, take care. Thanks for stopping by. Get a good sleep. I'll be playing Guild Wars 2 tomorrow. Oh. Oops. Back this way. You seem grim, Scion. I'll take that to mean that between us, more than a few Guardians won't be making it back to Castro. These Imperials, though, they certainly made us earn our pay. I would be a happy man if I never had to tussle with another of those Magitech horrors. It is time we bid this war-torn land farewell. I will contact the 4th and let Lieutenant Alliane know the west is now clear. I would appreciate it if you would do the same when you report to Lieutenant Edelstein. Sergeant Stardust, what news of the Guardians? Their raiding parties are no more then. Excellent. The Almagina engineers will be most relieved to hear that the plant is no longer in any immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. An uninvited Ascian. Lieutenant Edelstein appears concerned for Moonbreeder's well-being. You must be anxious for word of your fellows. Lieutenant Alliane has reported a sound victory over the main column, and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to other duties. All but one, that is. The Rogadin lady with the large axe. It would appear she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. I know not what task keeps her from returning to civilization, and northern Thanland is no place to wander alone, even for a capable sort such as her. I would certainly feel better about things if you could check in on her before you continue on your way.
believe the lady's name was Moonbrita, yes? She was last seen inspecting an outcrop of corrupted crystals at Dalmud's Talons to the east.
This way.
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe.
She can handle herself.
I know. As Urianger never tires of reminding me. An axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one. And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea.
One way to lurk.
Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it? Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
She senses me. A useful talent.
I sense the sleaze.
Hanassian, are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge, seeker of truth, meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales. And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
I'll remain a thorn in your side.
Oh, bugger.
Do
You held it
settle
off by a
down.
finger?
You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh, dear. Could it be that frail Hydaelyn has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
What did that bastard want with us?
He wants Tupsimati.
Nobrialis, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet, unconscious. But this staff, you say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louis-Soir's staff. Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising Stones.
If I'm right, and Asien is after Tupsimati, then we'd best make all haste back to the Rising Stones. Minfilia must be warned. Minfilia! Ah, Taya, there you are. Can I put you in a party? Will it affect if I go into the instance? There. Just so you're on hand. Yay! Right. This trial is coming out. You are here. Master Louis-Soir's staff is kept in the solar, isn't it? Quickly now.
You two!
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you. The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
Oh,
Moonbreeder!
that looked like
Why
it hurt.
must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
I know. I'd feel ya. Such a damsel.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
Chrysalis. Mambrita, will you be okay? Forget about me. Go. No, I feel like I need to kneel. We need to tend to your wounds. Okay, let's see. Judy. Gonna do unregistered party. Let me know if you're ready, Taya. Let's see, where is it? Chrysalis. You ready? Okay. A ruthless Asian known as Nabrialis has intruded upon the sanctum of the Scions of Seventh Dawn, spiriting away both the antecedent and the powerful relic she refused to yield. Pursue the Paragon through the dimensional rift and prize Mephilia and Tupsamati from his tenebrous grasp. There we go. Commence. The Realm of Darkness. I want to play Kingdom Hearts again. I plan to after Infinity Nikki. Get your filthy hands off of her. Alright. Look at this. What are you doing? Gonna get away? You good? We saved you. Yay! Wasn't there more parts to this? Did we just kill it too fast? The arrow dot killed him. Ah. That's fine. Like I said, once the channel grows to have more people to play this game, then we can come back and do these with 8-man team. That's the goal. Oh, look at this. Look at this. We're just here for story. And scenes. Ah. Is that their god? What was the god's name again? I forgot already. It's like we've seen this place before in a cutscene. Zodiac, that's right. Makes me want to say Zodiac. Are there... How many are these? 1, 2, 3... Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, there's 14. I was gonna say, if there was 13, then it would be equivalent to the Zodiacs. So there's 13 Zodiac signs. Technically. It's cool. It's cool. My thanks. It was all a dream.
You're safe. Thank the 12.
Still lives.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come? Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, you will falter, and the staff will be mine. Until next time, Scions.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
What trickery is this? No. No! Cannot! No!
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly, before he breaks free!
I'll do my best in my weakened state.
Concentrate! Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light. Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me! I shall make you pay for your insolence!
fallen, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light. Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
I'm sorry, I'm so weak.
If only we had a bit more ether.
Moonbreeder, what are you doing?
Master Louisoix, I understand now the choice you made. In death, there is life. Farewell, Urianger. You daft old coot.
You should have said, I love you. Proclaim your love for Urianger at that moment of death. The moment of sacrifice. Let's say moon healing escalation.
Moonbreeder, no! You mustn't!
What? No! It cannot end! I am eternal! I am immortal!
Not anymore. Get your sideburns out of here.
Moonbreeder. She's gone.
It's such a shame.
You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead.
She was here for too short a time to really connect, to feel her loss.
This device is a legacy of Moonbreeder's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Minfilia, are you all right?
I am.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
What happened here? Where is Moonbreeder?
She dispersed into aether.
She gave her life to temper the Blade of Light. I have no words.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
Does Urianger know?
My friend, there is something I must tell you.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens, yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day. Moonbreeder hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not? Long ago, far across the seas in the Charlayan motherland, Moonbreeder and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louisoix. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. This sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hitherto the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice was the realm spared its doom. Yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history. When he left Charlayan behind, Master Louisoix gave no word to signal his intent to Moonbreeder. Close as they were, as master and disciple, she was deeply wounded by the sudden exclusion from his confidence. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill comprehend her master's motive. The slanders that were heaped upon him after his passing served only to inflame the turmoil within her. For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was twixt the man whom she revered and the man who forsook her and his duty both.
The Louisoix I knew would never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master Louisoix hid his intent. He but desired that Moonbreeder discover her own path, free of the shadow of his influence. Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, was it not Master Louisoix's wish that she come to the truth unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart.
She died with a smile. I'm sure she came to peace.
Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moonbreeder truly come to understand Master Louisoix's will before the end? The realization hath set her free. She may now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her. Oh, Moonbreeder, my dearest.
See, he did love
I
her.
shall miss thee.
Oh, I'm more sad for Oriange.
Moonbreeder gave her life that we might possess the means to defeat the Ascians. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. Let us continue her work on the Blade of Ether and see it to completion.
My lady, I would mourn Moonbreeder in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
You know nothing about the story, just for the lyric? Hey, I got my past VODs if you want the story. It's a good story. She was counting on the theory that a soul's ether burns brightest at the moment of its passing, a scholar until the very end.
Oh, Moon, I miss you so much already.
But we had arrived a few moments sooner, just a few moments. Our list of grievances against the Ascians was already overlong. Must they continue to add to it? A moment of silence.
Never have I seen Urianger so utterly defeated. No one should be made to suffer such grief. We shall gather in the Charlene Manor to celebrate Moonbreeda's life and mourn her passing. Oh, I'm just gonna choose a random one. In memory of Moonbreeda, Nephilia wishes to gather the Scions and honor the fallen Moonbreeda. As Moonbreeda was a native Charlian, I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the Mark of the Scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? 'Tis a monument found at Rathfrost and is sacred to Thaliak, guardian deity of the City of Learning. There shall we pray for our dear friend's soul, and bid her a peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal. Moonbreeda showed us the way forward at the cost of her own life. What worth is her sacrifice if we do not follow where it leads? Let us gather at Rathfrost and show our respects for our fallen comrade. Then we shall continue with the work she began. As ever, I was a step too late. Was there aught we might have done to save her? 'Tis foolish to torture oneself with such thoughts, but the heart is ofttimes deaf to quiet reason. The loss of those close to you is never easy, and Yida was closer to Moonbreeda than most. I don't want to believe she's really gone. Aw. She's in a better place. No one's here. Okay. Let's go pay our respects. I think it's best to go this way. Take a shortcut. It's a pretty tree. There's the symbol, the scholar. It's a scroll. Those are pretty flowers.
Forgive me, Moonbreeda. Had I been quicker or wiser, but I was not, and you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it. And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Yes, she has her wings now.
Life for death, a fair exchange. Other bargains will be struck.
Does anyone else hear this little guy? Or am I just hallucinating? Owl. I'll pray. I'll pray. Pray for Mumbrita. Head trauma. Mumbrita warned you. That's true. It's true. What does the Mad Hatter say? We're all a little mad here. The rising stones feel somehow colder, and Brita always carried with her such an abundance of warmth and cheer. Well, you gotta mourn. We must find some means of protecting ourselves from Ascian intrusions. There must be a way. Well, they're kind of like non-corporeal.
I don't feel much like talking at the moment. If you could just give me some time.
I loathe to see Ida in such pain, but I have not the words to comfort her. Can you imagine it? I, Papa Limo, the one who has an eloquent comment for every situation, am at a loss for words. Sometimes the best thing you can do for someone is just be silent and sit beside them. %, madness.
Though we have said our farewells, the pall of sadness has diminished but little. Forgive me, as antecedent, 'tis my job to be the pillar of strength for all others to lean upon. Yet I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree, Bella?
True. It's not good to bury your feelings. You have to feel! Feel the feels!
"'Tis as if a dagger has been thrust into my breast. But 'tis a pain we must learn to bear if we are to forge ahead with our duty. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. Louisoix, Mumbrita, our fellows at the Waking Sands. Their spirit and dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. I hardly need remind you of this, of course. 'Tis for my own benefit that I repeat these words, a reaffirmation of mine own chosen path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I am like to collapse in a fit of weeping. My apologies again, Bella. There is no other to whom I could display such weakness."
I'm not telling you what to do. Just see yourself explode then.
You are my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come.
A victory won, a comrade lost, to honor the fallen, the living forge ever on, towards the light of a new day. Alright, well, there you have it. We got done with the 2.5 part 1 with the sacrifice of Moon Burrito. Again, I say this, I'll say it again. She was here for too short a time, but she was such a good character. But I feel more sad for Urianger than anything. You poor guy. I want to give him a hug. I must have a thing for Allisons. I like the tall beings. And the hot kitty boys and the hot bunny boys too. But yes, I want to give him a big hug and just be a comfort, sit in his lap like the kitty that I am. All right, give a like and subscribe to see more, and I will see you next time.